gonna detonate this bomb.
Okay, I'll turn on the power supply.
You got it in?
Yeah, wait, I got the wrong number.
Where is it? Earth?
I don't know.
Well, anything's gonna be better than this place in the next 10
Let's
seconds.
go.
Wait, we gotta turn this thing back on. Let's go! Bomb's gonna blow!
Okay, it's good.
Done.
Why do we find our old work so interesting? It's a question I've been asking myself for a while now. During the summer of 2012, a handful of my friends and I were preparing for Philadelphia's 48-hour film project. We sat around my house waiting for the call that would let us know what our genre was, and while we waited, my friend Joel convinced me to play some of our earliest films that we worked on together. And so, I found myself pulling out my old VHS camera and showing The Portal off of the 2 tapes it was recorded on. The Portal was one of my first films, and to be honest, there's not a whole lot that was great about it. And that's kind of what first sparked this thought. Why do we enjoy watching these old films, even if they're not very good at all? Nostalgia is the easy answer, but yet, one of the reasons why we enjoyed watching The Portal so much is because it's just hilarious, some of the things we did and some of the choices we made. It can't simply be a blind idealization of the past. It's got to be a little bit more complicated than that. Some of my films, like The Portal and another one called Mysteries of the Rift, were our first forays into having large casts and a bit of scripted work. We felt free to make mistakes, to try new things. We weren't so serious about worrying about having a perfect product that we couldn't ever make anything. I feel like if I started filmmaking and was trying to go for perfection, I would have never got to where I am today. Now Lazarus, that was a really pretty cool project overall. It hasn't been completed, at least not yet. There's not necessarily a reason why it can't be completed, other than that I've had trouble getting the green screen keying to work in certain parts of it. But it was our first foray into creating an actual set for our film. So the concept of Lazarus was this small group of people bought a abandoned medical starship. So basically they owned this very small ship, and we built the ship inside my basement. We made it so the walls could flip up, and we could film in from either wall, or even from the front of the cockpit, we could film in through there. So to this day, it hasn't been released, and also most of our actors are no longer available. So although it was intended to be a series, there's no real way for us to actually make it a series. So Lazarus, overall, it was a really fun experience. We ended up making the set. We spent weeks and weeks on it, and ended up making something that looked pretty good overall. The idea I keep coming back to is that film is more about the experience than simply the product we produce. It highlights the things we did successful, it highlights some of the things we failed at, but we're able to improve on in the future. I think the real reason why, at least for myself, I like to watch my old work is because it reminds me of how far I've come, and reminds us of everything that we learned along the way. So the next project that we do can be even better than the last. And I think that's what it's all about. Just learning from the past, remembering your experiences, remembering everything that led up to where you are, and then taking it to another level in your next project. trying something new, trying something different, improving on something that you've done before. Whatever it happens to be, I think that really that's why watching our old work is such an interesting thing to do.